Take a look at the picture right now at HD radar. Not really showing a whole lot. We did have a few showers and thunderstorms that did pop up in the area yesterday, and if you were lucky enough to be under one of those, you got a little bit of beneficial rainfall, but those were few and far between, folks. Not a whole lot of that going on today. As high pressure takes over the central part of the country, we will be under control of this high pressure for the next 3 or 4 days before the next weather system pushes in and hopefully gives us some cooler temperatures and a change in this whole pattern that we've been in. This heat pattern has been very, very frustrating to deal with and doesn't give us a whole lot to talk about weather-wise. Looking at current dew points across the region, 57 right now in Springfield, 57 in Bolivar as well, surrounding the area with dew point temperatures around 65 degrees or so. Right now in Springfield, 71 degrees, dew point 57, and those winds are out of the south at 6 miles per hour. As you look at temperatures around the region, currently right now in the low to mid 70s, give or take, depending on your location. And the wind speeds are around 5 to 10 miles per hour in some places, light and variable. And looking regionally at the wind speeds, you don't get into any winds unless you move west towards Wichita at 14 miles per hour. Satellite and radar currently showing some of those clouds exiting the region that we got the rain showers with yesterday. Those clouds have pushed off to the east. We are now under clear skies. And if you look off here to the north, we have a stationary boundary. This will be the focal point for our chances of showers and thunderstorms as we push through into the weekend time period. This should give us a shot at cooler temperatures as well, which we definitely could use. Futurecast shows not a whole lot. You could get a few of those garden variety showers and thunderstorms through the afternoon with that heat and humidity combined, and there should be just enough energy in the air maybe to fire off a few of these, but they will be few and far between, and you will be very, very fortunate to get under one of those. Future temps, temperatures will be into the mid 90s around 3 p.m. Looking for a high today around 100 degrees. And that's 2 to maybe 3 weeks that we have seen these temperatures around that 95 to 100 and even exceeding the 100 degree mark across the region. And future temps through Thursday showing much of the same and not much of a reprieve from this heat today. 100 degrees, folks, today. Heat warnings in effect. They start today and they end on Saturday. And looking at the next 3 days, you can see why that heat advisory is in place. Although it isn't Father's Day on Sunday, 99 degrees, and Monday 99 as well, with winds mainly light and variable after that ridge crosses over. Heat index looks like we'll be in the mid to upper 90s today. When you have the drier air in place and temperatures get up to around 100 degrees, you don't necessarily have the effects that you would normally have with the heat as you push through the afternoon with the drier conditions. It's much like being out in the desert of the Southwest, California, Arizona. Tonight, 72, mostly clear, and winds will be south 5 to 10 miles per hour. As we look through the extended period, you see that chance of showers Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Temperatures in the upper 90s and dropping around 89 for your Wednesday next week. Okay, I got to change some of those. This is meteorologist Matt Gingery. If you haven't gotten tired of the heat that we have experienced the last few weeks, you will by the end of this week, I assure you, as temperatures return into the upper 90s to around 100 degrees. And it will make it very difficult for those working outside or those doing work around the home, as you will. I know. That's what I don't like, is that graphic. Okay. Rewind. Okay. Try to fit in here. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. This is meteorologist Matt Gingery. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to talk about this week that ridge of high pressure that has controlled us the past few weeks and gave us those temperatures up in the upper 90s to around 100 degrees. Makes it very difficult for those of us working outside, doing work around the house. For those of you that are working outside, make sure you take the proper precautions. Be sure you hydrate. And if you're out in the sun for extended periods of time, make sure you take frequent breaks because this heat can really get to you. And we do have a heat advisory in place as we push through today into Saturday. HD radar not showing anything at all. And yesterday we did have a few showers, small showers and thunderstorms fire in the Springfield area, in and around. And if you were lucky enough to get under one of those, you did get some beneficial rainfall on a local scale. Looking at satellite and radar currently showing absolutely nothing as that ridge of high pressure strengthens aloft and gives us clear skies. And we will see the heat today as well as some humidity. Current dew point reading in Springfield right now at this hour is 59 degrees. And if you look around the region, dew points are ranging in the low to mid 60s. And that will make for very uncomfortable conditions as we push through the afternoon. And that sun angle gets high in the sky. Currently 76 in Springfield with a dew point of 59, as I mentioned, making for a heat index of 78 with the wind south at 6 miles per hour. And temperatures around the region are beginning to quickly warm up for your 4th of July. 81 in Branson, 80 in Joplin, and for much of the area, low to mid to upper 70s is the norm. Wind speeds are ranging at around 5 to 10 miles per hour, and some higher wind speeds out here to the west, around 15 miles per hour. Satellite radar looped through 8 a.m. shows some of those clouds from last night's activity dissipating, moving through, and making for clear conditions as we push through. And surface map shows this stationary front. Now, this stationary front will be a focal point for us to possibly get showers and thunderstorms this weekend. It's all about timing at this time, but maybe early next week, Monday, Tuesday time frame, we could get the passage of a cold front, which means cooler temperatures and lower humidity levels and beneficial rain as well. Futurecast, as we loop Futurecast, maybe an outside shot at a few isolated thunderstorms in the area. There is still that chance when you get heat into the upper 90s to around 100 degrees with the little bit of moisture content that we have. There is the possibility for a few scattered garden variety showers as we look at future temps. One thing, like I said, to mention, this heat is going to be unbearable for the next 3-4 days. So you want to make sure you follow the proper precautions and hydrate if you're working outside, as temperatures will be rather warm, around 100 degrees. And that's what we're going to call it today, 100. Heat warnings start today. They last through Saturday with the possibility of an isolated thunderstorm. The next 3 days, Saturday, 100, 99 Sunday, 99 Monday. And your heat index will be in the 90s. I got to change that graphic. That threw me off. I was like, Saturday? What? Yeah, the days are wrong. Pretty sure. It's like, wait a minute. Okay. All right, 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. I'm Matt Gingery, meteorologist here at KSPR, and we're going to talk about the heat this week. The heat is going to make a unfortunate return. Temperature is going to be around 100 degrees for the next several days, and you want to make sure that you take proper precautions. You want to take care of your body in instances like this. When we get this extreme, dangerous, in some cases deadly heat, you want to make sure you hydrate plenty. If you're out in the sunlight for extended periods, make sure you take those frequent breaks, as well as if you don't have to be outside, don't venture out. Current HD radar showing absolutely nothing across the region. Satellite radar regionally, nothing as well. And one thing we want to talk about is your current moisture content. Dew point, that's the amount of moisture we have in the air. 59 in Springfield. Around us, we have a circle of low to mid 60s, and that really makes for very, very uncomfortable conditions when you get your dew point up around 60, 65 degrees. And currently, right now in Springfield, it is 76 degrees with a south wind at 6 miles per hour. Temperatures around the region warming up rather quickly with 81 in Branson, 76 here in Springfield, and 80 out here in Joplin as we look at our winds running along the order of 5 to 15 miles per hour through much of the area. And satellite and radar, you can see the remnants here of this little cloud cover area that we had a few isolated showers and thunderstorms in the area yesterday, and if you were fortunate enough to be under one of those, you got some beneficial rain. They put out quite a bit of rain in a short period of time. As these storms, they build and they collapse on themselves, and they pretty much just rain themselves out. And I fortunately did get some rain. Some of us didn't, and hopefully this stationary front will allow all of us to get some beneficial rain as we push into the latter part of this week, early part of next week. And looking at future casts, there is the outside shot that we could get a few isolated garden variety showers and thunderstorms, much like we have seen the last few days across the region. And I wouldn't expect that most of us will see the heat and the sunshine today. Future temps 95 to 100 today, as well as your Thursday, and into your Friday as well. And today we're calling for 100 degrees. Like I had mentioned, those heat warnings, advisories go into take place here today, and they last through Saturday. And there is that outside shot at an isolated storm with a southwesterly wind. Thursday, 99. Friday, 99 as well. And that heat index value, boy, it's going to be very, very uncomfortable if you're working outside. You're definitely going to need to take those precautions. Tonight, 72, mostly clear and warm. Winds south 5 to 10 miles per hour. As you look at the 7-day forecast, today, like I had mentioned, isolated chance for those isolated thunderstorms in the afternoon. I wouldn't rule that out. And Thursday, 99 through Friday. And we begin to see that cold front venture into the picture early next week as you see that 89 degrees for Tuesday. So hopefully we're on a pattern change and that trend continues through the week. Thank you. Okay, what do you think?
It's a little long.
Yeah, I know.
You need to make it so it's about 3 minutes or so.
Okay.
And let's see here. I like some of the things that you say. I mean, you definitely have personality, which is what a lot of people lack. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You're not like boring to listen to. Even though I wasn't like particularly watching, I was listening, which is what a lot of people do.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I do that.
Right.
And what you're saying is intriguing, so that's good to know. I would say.
Keep it shorter.
Well, I mean, how about I time you this
Okay.
time? And I'll give you cues. We're going to try to do a 3-minute webcast.
Okay.
Do you want to stick with the same show, or do you want to?
I'll stick with the same one since I'm kind of getting familiar with it.
There was one thing I noticed that your surface map has some wrong stuff on it.
Oh, does it?
Remember, this is an older show, so.
Oh, okay. Had your fill of the... Okay. Yeah.
Like you're going from a local look to a regional look, back to local, outside your local. You know what I'm saying? So if I were you, I would do the forecast. We're going to switch up from your regional, and then you can go ahead and zoom in.
Okay.
Keep it all local. And then you just do things like the state regional. Nice.
Yeah, I got to kind of jump across the screen a little here and there. Gotcha.
So in this instance, you're probably going to want to put in something like, probably, let's go with regional futurecast, and then we'll go to the temperaturecast. Today, get rid of that 3-day forecast. We're going to go into today mode and into tonight. And today, tonight, 7-day. Maybe tips at the end of your 7-day. Maybe heat tips. Sound good?
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Drink plenty of water. Wear light clothing. Avoid those peak heating hours. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm meteorologist Matt Gingery. Thank you for joining us here at KSPR. One thing we're going to talk about this week is the return of this heat that we have experienced the past few weeks. And current satellite and radar shows this ridge of high pressure that has plagued us for the last 3 weeks returns and brings this unbearable, dangerous heat to our region. And you want to take proper precautions while you're outside. You want to hydrate. If you're out in the sun for an extended period of time, you want to take frequent breaks. And if you don't have to be outside, hey, don't go outside. HD radar shows absolutely nothing across the state. And dew points right now running on the order of the upper 50s here locally. But if you zoom out a bit and look at the regional here in southwestern Missouri, dew points in the mid-60s. And that makes for very uncomfortable conditions. And if you compound that with the actual air temperature, you begin to get that heat index that plays in and really makes for uncomfortable conditions. So those of you working outside, I can't stress this enough, with that heat advisory going into place today and lasting through Saturday, you definitely want to take proper precautions in that scenario. And 76 right now in Springfield, so it's quickly warming up. 81 in Branson, 80 in Joplin. Those temperatures are on the rise. And currently, right now in Springfield, 76, as I mentioned, the heat index is only 78 now, but give it a couple hours, that temperature is going to rise rather quickly this time of year with that sun angle. South wind at 6 miles per hour. Futurecast, we could get a few isolated garden variety showers and thunderstorms, like much of us may have missed out on yesterday. A few of us were lucky enough to be under one of those, and I was actually driving on sunshine yesterday in some very, very torrential rainfall. And these thunderstorms, they build during the day, and with the energy and the heat in the atmosphere, they can produce quite a bit of moisture. Future temps through your Wednesday show temperatures from 95 to 100 degrees, cooling off to in the low 70s tonight, and tomorrow up around 100 degrees again. Today, that's what we're calling for, 100 degrees with heat warnings. Isolated thunderstorm. Can't rule that out, but most of us will remain dry. Wind southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, 72, mostly clear and warm. Wind south, 5 to 10 miles per hour. And your 7-day forecast shows those temperatures with that ridge in place, upper 90s. Chance of showers and thunderstorms, we're going to kick that in there Saturday and your Sunday. And look at that cooling off for your Tuesday, 89. And it's been a while since we've had a high temperature around 89 degrees.
That was a much better flow, I think.
Okay.
That flowed a lot better because before, part of doing the weather is also producing the weather.
Right.
So it's about 1/3 of what you do up there. Mm-hmm. It's about 1/3 of what you forecast, and it's about another third how you put it together. Because you can really confuse people if you just go from like the show that you had previously, and you went back. It was like radar, and then we did temps, and we did wind, and then you went back to what's going on right now, and then you went back to regional radar, and then you did a futurecast model.
So that's when I get all the emails. People saying, hey.
Yeah, like, where are you going with this? Like, you kind of bounce back and forth. Try to keep it on the same plane, keep it on the same
right.
level. So if you show a radar, and you're ready to start forecasting, go ahead and right away for a futurecast, future temps or whatever.
Okay.
So, remember, always go from what's happening, like, your headlines, what's happening right now, your forecast graphics, and then you got your 7-day.
Okay.
I'm going to quick get some coffee, and then I'm going to time you.
Okay. I'm going to practice a little more. Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Matt Gingery for KSPR. If you haven't had your fill of the hot weather the past few weeks, I am certain that most of you will as we continue on with this very dangerous heat wave. It is very important to take care of your body in weather like this. You want to make sure you hydrate, drink plenty of water, wear light clothing, and avoid those peak heating hours, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., and because this is a very serious situation, folks, as this heat returns. And as you can see here, clear skies across much of the Midwest, and that's because we have a ridge of high pressure in the upper atmosphere. What that does is that causes the air to sink, and it heats as it sinks, and it makes for clear conditions and a lot of heat, folks. HD radar showing absolutely nothing across our area. As we push ahead here, dew points, it's one thing I want to point out to you. What we lacked the last few days with the heat is this dew point reading, and they're running on the order of 59 here in Springfield, as high as 66 degrees, and you compound that with temperatures in the upper 90s to around 100, you start to see those heat index values rise. Currently, 76 in Springfield, 81 in Branson, so the temperatures are quickly beginning to rise. You got 82 down there in Harrison, and 80 in Joplin. As we look at 76 right now in Springfield with a dew point of 59, as we mentioned, and that creates that heat index near 78 degrees, and you really need to take those precautions today. I can't stress that enough, because heat can really get to you, and you get through your normal routine at work. You don't take as many breaks, but today is one of those days you want to take frequent breaks, folks. Futurecast showing not a whole lot here, but there is that outside chance for an isolated thunderstorm to affect our area today. And that's one thing that some of you missed out yesterday. And if you're lucky enough to get under one of those today, you could get some beneficial rain in a short period of time. Future temps today, temperatures are going to be into the upper 90s. And as we push through tonight, we'll get into the low 70s. And much of the same tomorrow, with temperatures in the upper 90s to around 100 degrees. And that's what we're calling for today. 100 is your high forecasted today. And those heat advisories, they go into place today, and they last through Saturday. And there is that shot of an isolated thunderstorm if we're lucky. Wind southwest 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, 72, mostly clear. It will be warm and humid. And we look at the 7-day, 4th of July today. Happy 4th, 100 degrees, and temperatures level off around 99, 98 degrees through Sunday with that chance of showers and thunderstorms. Cold front pushes through Monday and brings cooler weather. Yeah. And that's right, we haven't seen a whole lot of rainfall, but if you were lucky enough yesterday, we had a few showers and thunderstorms. Believe it or not, they popped up in the Springfield area. Some of us were lucky enough to get some of that rainfall, and it was a lot of rainfall in a relatively short period of time. There is the possibility for that today, but the big story is, if we're not tired of it yet, is this heat. That ridge of high pressure is taking over, and some of the things you need to take the proper precautions, right? Drink plenty of water, wear light clothing, and you need to avoid those peak heating hours from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And like I said, the heat returns. Satellite and radar shows absolutely nothing with that ridge in control aloft, suppressing that air, not allowing it to rise and form cloud cover. HD radar shows absolutely nothing across southwest Missouri and northwest Arkansas. Your dew point readings running on the order of 59 to 66 degrees. Through southwest Missouri, northwest Arkansas, and that's one of the things that we toss in there with the heat, and that produces your heat index. and that will make it feel much warmer than it actually is outside. 76 right now in Springfield, 81 in Branson. Temperatures are beginning to rise rather quickly. 80 over here in Joplin, on the order of mid to upper 70s for most of us, and 76 here in Springfield right now with a heat index of 78 with south wind at 6. Those heat index values will rise through the day. We look at Futurecast, and there is the possibility of a few isolated showers and thunderstorms. Future temps be in the upper 90s today. Today, high of 100. Heat warnings. A scattered thunderstorm cannot be ruled out with southwesterly wind at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, 72, and cooling off just a tad for your 4th of July celebration. Wind south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. As we look at your 7-day outlook, highs in the upper 90s. Possibility of a frontal passage on Monday time frame that could be adjusted as we move closer. Temperatures will be cooling off into the upper 80s, believe it or not. And that's your forecast here at KSBR 33.
You are about 20 seconds late.
Yeah, I accidentally double-clicked on two of them.
You need to be able to stretch.
What I was trying to do was I clicked it, and I was trying to get the heat index to loop, and it skipped it. It did the same thing on another one.
Okay. But again, that can happen, and it will happen on the air.
Okay.
So just, I was at 4 reps and on my 7-day, and I was like, oh crap, I haven't even gotten my 30Q yet, and I'm on the 7th day. So you got to keep talking.
Right.
Just talk very slowly. And if you have that much time left, you already left the screen. The people want to see you. They don't want to see a blank screen. So just be very cautious as to when you leave.
Okay.
If you have 30 seconds left, you just
So I need to wait for my cue that says 5 seconds or 10.
if you get to it, feel free to start talking about it. But just
Okay.
use the cue as a guide. Like, okay, she said 1. That means I have 1 minute left.
Okay.
Go ahead and get my forecast on.
Okay.
Okay, she said 30. I should be at my 7 days. So I'm going to get there.
Gotcha.
And if you get to 7 day and haven't done 30 yet, that you know that you've got some time. And there are going to be times that let's for you the other day where
Yeah.
the producer is going to say, hey, you need to stretch because our video is not ready for the next vlog.
Gotcha.
You got to stretch. You got to just keep talking about it.
Start juggling. Do whatever.
One thing I will tell you on that first graphic, you spent 40 seconds with that line.
Awesome. Okay. All right. I want to do it again. I'll do it again. Yeah. Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Okay.
The only time you should spend a lot of time on a graphic is when you're doing like your Futurecast, where you're showing fronts and stuff.
Save my time for that.
Take your time with those ones.
Gotcha.
Not as much.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Another go. And I'm going to be you. I'm going to say, all right, well, let's check your forecast. You're going to be meteorologist Matt Gingery.
Yes, Matt Gingery, yes.
And when you check your forecast, I'm meteorologist Matt Gingery, Matt.
Yes, and if you aren't tired of the heat yet, let me tell you, you will be tired of it after this week. This ridge of high pressure begins to take over again in the upper atmosphere, and that's going to make for unbearable conditions with the heat. You want to make sure you take the proper precautions in a situation like this. You want to drink plenty of water. That goes without saying. Wear light clothing. Avoid those peak heating hours from 10 to 3 in the afternoon. In the forecast, there is the possibility of a few pop-up isolated showers and thunderstorms. And if you were lucky enough yesterday, you did manage to get under one of those very isolated showers and thunderstorms, but they did produce a lot of localized heavy rainfall. And in central Springfield yesterday, that was the case. And looking towards the weekend, hopefully we'll have better rain chances to talk about. And you'll see that in the 7-day coming up. Satellite and radar across the Midwest right now shows you can see that high pressure in control across much of the region aloft, and that's suppressing any cloud cover that could form in the area. HD radar shows absolutely nothing. A few storms, like I said, popped up yesterday, and there is the outside shot of some of those popping up today. Dew points running in the upper 50s to around 60, 65 degrees, depending on your location. That's going to make for very, very uncomfortable conditions as the afternoon pushes on and heats up. 76 in Springfield, 79 in Monette, 80 in Joplin, 81 here in Branson. So it is beginning to warm up rather quickly across much of southwest Missouri. Currently 76 in Springfield right now with the heat index starting to kick in. 78 winds are south at 6. Futurecast, and I mentioned the showers and thunderstorms will be very isolated today. For the most part, we will be high and dry, pushing through much of the afternoon. And your future temps will show temperatures warming to around 95 to 100 today, cooling down into the low 70s tonight, and back up in the upper 90s for your Thursday. Today, 100 heat advisories go into effect today through Saturday with an isolated shot at a thunderstorm. Winds will be southwesterly, 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, 72, mostly clear and warm. Winds south 5 to 10 miles per hour. And your 7-day outlook, Wednesday today, happy 4th, 100 degrees for a high, 99 will be the norm. Through Sunday, with the passage of a possible cold front, temperatures will begin to cool off to around 89.
Now that time, you went over by about 18 seconds.
18.
Producer will kill you for.
Okay, so how long was it total?
2:49.
2:49?
No, I'm doing you at 2:30. We can do 3. You can do a forecast at 3, but you need to know ahead of time what your producer has allotted you. I allotted
Okay.
you 2:30.
Gotcha.
And I say a minute, you should be kind of, getting through your forecast graphics.
I could hear you, but I couldn't hear what you were saying time-wise. I couldn't hear.
Maybe I'll stand next to there.
Okay.
When I say 30 again, you should be on your 7-day. And when I say wrap, that's your cue that you need to get out.
Okay.
And if a producer starts saying hard wrap, that means they're getting mad at you. You better shut up. I've got hard wrap cue it down.
Back to you.
And I'll have more coming up. That's what I
I'll have more coming up.
and they're telling me to wrap. I'll say, oh, then you know what? We'll have more information coming up. Back to you.
Gotcha.
And it looks like that, some people did get some rain yesterday. And the preliminary forecast looks like it's going to be pretty steamy. Here's Meteorologist Matt Gingery.
Yeah, a few people did get some rain yesterday, and let me stress a few, because for the most part, most of us remained high and dry. The heat, it's going to return. If you aren't already tired of it, you will be by the end of this week. That ridge of high pressure has pushed back in. The heat's going to return. There is that chance of an isolated thunderstorm in the afternoon, but I'll talk about better rain chances for this weekend as we move ahead with the forecast. And your satellite and radar across the region shows that ridge of high pressure loft. You can actually see it here on the loop, and it's suppressing any cloud cover from forming within its area. And HD radar, it's the same here. Nothing showing up on HD radar. Wish I had some more good news there for you. Unfortunately, that will have to hold off to possibly this weekend. 59 in Springfield, 65 is the dew point over here in Joplin. For the most part, upper 50s to mid 60s, which makes for really quite uncomfortable conditions when you compound that with the actual air temperature, and that'll give you the heat index values. And those current air temperatures are showing temperatures warming up rather quickly today. 81 in Branson right now, 82 down there in Harrison, and 80 in Joplin. For the most part, temperatures in the mid-70s. 76 in Springfield with a dew point of 59. Heat index 78. Wind south around 6 miles an hour. Your futurecast, we won't see widespread showers and thunderstorms, but the possibility of a few pop-up showers and thunderstorms cannot be ruled out. Your future temps today, 95 to 100. Tonight, you'll get down around the low 70s. And again, for your Thursday, mid to upper 90s for a high. Today, we're going to talk about 100 degrees for a high, triple digits once again, as a heat advisory is going to go into place today. And it's going to last through your Saturday, 72, mostly clear and warm tonight. And your 7-day outlook, and we're going to see 100 degrees today for your 4th of July, upper 90s through much of the week into the weekend, with that chance of showers and thunderstorms as a cold front begins to take shape, push through our region, and bring us that beneficial rain and cooler temperatures. 89 degrees for a high on your Tuesday. Believe it or not, hopefully that trend will continue through much of next week.
Okay, that was 25, so you're a little light.
A little light.
A little light.
So you have to nail it like right on?
No, Not
Okay.
by any means, but give or take 5 seconds or so.
So they keep up with, if you go over, then you got to make up for that. And if you're under,
They have to make it up later on in the show because it's all about timing. They have
right.
to hit certain breaks at certain times. The producer also needs to hit certain packages at certain times.
Yeah.
This child always hits at a certain time. So we need
Okay.
to make sure we get to that time so the viewer knows, hey, oh yeah, it's kind of like weather on the 8s. It's not weather on the 9s.
Right.
On the Weather Channel, they need to hit on the 8s.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
So-
I'll do one more, and then I think I'll be wore out by then.
All right. Want me to time you again?
Sure, why not? Pardon?
You heard the 1:30.
Yeah. Yes, I did. Thank you.
And you know, it looks like we had a pretty interesting start yesterday. We got a little bit of rain, but now it looks like it's going to be pretty hard to come by. In fact, the heat advisory is in effect. For the latest on-your forecast, here's meteorologist Matt.
Yes, Lindsay, and that heat advisory goes into effect today, and it lasts through your Saturday, several days with that heat advisory in place. If you aren't tired of the heat already, you will be by the end of this week. Some things we want to talk about. You want to drink plenty of water in situations like this. Wearing light clothing will help, and avoiding those peak hours from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And isolated shot at a few showers and thunderstorms. Yesterday, if you were fortunate enough, you got under one of those, and there was a few of them around, and they did produce quite a bit of heavy rainfall up in the Raleigh area, around 3 inches of rain that they received after reaching a high of 102. Satellite radar shows absolutely nothing there with that ridge taking over. HD radar, much of the same. Nothing to talk about on HD radar. And your dew points running on the order of upper 50s to mid 60s. That makes for very, very uncomfortable conditions. And as we push through and the air temperature rises, as it is now, quickly rising, that heat index kicks in, makes very uncomfortable conditions. 81 in Branson, 76 in Springfield, and 80 out here in Joplin. Temperatures are quickly beginning to rise as we push through the early morning hours. Right now in Springfield, we're at 76. And the wind south at 6 miles per hour. Your futurecast today doesn't show a whole lot popping up in our area, maybe a few scattered light or to moderate showers that'll pop up. For the most part, most of us will remain high and dry. Your future temps will show temperatures going into the high 90s to around 100 degrees today, cooling off into the low 70s tonight, and back up into the upper 90s. For your Thursday, today we're calling for 100 degrees again. Heat warnings, like I'd mentioned, in effect. There is that possibility of an isolated shower or thunderstorm for our region. Tonight, 72, mostly clear, wind south, 5 to 10 miles per hour. And looking at your extended outlook, look at that rainfall in the picture. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Timing may need to be adjusted on this, but upper 90s through Sunday. And then we start to see that temperature change and highs in the upper 80s for your Tuesday. That's your forecast with KSBR 33. Okay, I'm done. Yeah. If I go on, I'm just going to get worse because I'm just wearing myself out.
That's okay. That's repetition's key.
Yeah.
So do you want to put this on a DVD?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and
That was probably my better one yet.
that was a good one. That was a good one. I like that one.
Okay, so I'm done with this.
You can call 3309, tell them to stop recording.